Dark secrets have a way of slipping through the cracks, no matter how tightly they're kept. For years, Ellen DeGeneres was praised as the queen of kindness, a beloved TV host with a perfect smile and an even more perfect reputation. But behind the cameras, behind the jokes and applause, something far different was happening. And now, Joe Rogan has ripped the mask off completely. What he just exposed about Ellen is beyond shocking. It's the truth no one was supposed to hear. Joe's not buying the whole Ellen is nice thing. And honestly, can you blame him? She always seemed too happy, like a villain in a Disney movie before the big reveal. He says her kindness looked forced, like she was holding in the rage of 1,000 canceled celebrities. The woman danced for 20 years straight. That's gotta do something to a person. At some point, you're not dancing for joy. You're just trying to stomp out your inner demons.
Ellen is like an old.
But it's a rough one now.
It's a rough one now because she was running Abu Ghraib in the back of her show. That's a rough one. She's out there dancing with Kristen Bell, and in the back, there's people that are getting up on the rack like this.
It's so weird when you see, like, a lot of people saying that someone who seems so nice is not nice at all.
She doesn't seem nice, but that's people have a very poor judge of character. She doesn't seem nice. It seems forced. People that are like that all the time, she doesn't seem nice. It's very forced. And whatever, you're allowed to be a bitch, right? You're allowed to be a bitch. You're allowed to be nasty to people. You're accomplished. You're a comedian. You did the whole thing. What you're not allowed to do is have a Guantanamo Bay situation in the backstage of your show where everybody's walking around afraid for their life, and it's like Abu Ghraib where they're hooked up to wires and they
dogs
have like
around them.
Yeah, she's got dogs and hoods. If an intern's late, they have a hood on. I don't support that. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I wish her the best. She's around for too long. Fallon, all these people, walk away. You've been famous forever. Walk away. Like, eventually, everybody, they're just going to figure it out. Now, Fallon's on an apology tour because of the blackface. Like,
is he?
Well, he was. Like, he had to go around and apologize a million times for, like, they're going to find the thing if you don't go away. You gotta have a good run, and then when you have a good run, you step back and you go, okay, I'm still gonna do my thing, but like...
This is where it gets wild. Rogan brings up how Ellen was way too buddy-buddy with powerful figures. First, she's chilling with Bush. Next thing you know, she's Charlestoning with Henry Kissinger. Like, what's the deal? Are daytime talk shows the new secret CIA recruitment centers? And if so, is Oprah the boss level? Because this is getting suspicious.
There's only a few jobs in entertainment, right?
Right.
So I think a lot of the cancel culture shit is probably these motherfuckers want those jobs.
Ooh.
They're like, how long is this bitch going to be dancing? I can dance with Hillary Clinton. I could do the Charleston with Henry Kissinger, whatever the fuck she does out there.
The Charleston, is that what it is?
She goes out there, do the Charleston. She's got war criminals. Her and Bush are jumping around. I mean...
That's right, she was buddies with Bush. That was like
she's
one of the
a
first
CIA agent.
Rogan brings up how Ellen was way too buddy-buddy with powerful figures. First, she's chilling with Bush. Next thing you know, she's Charlestoning with Henry Kissinger. Like, what's the deal? Are daytime talk shows the new secret CIA recruitment centers? And if so, is Oprah the boss level? Because this is getting suspicious. Now, this part, right up bizarre. Remember the Las Vegas shooting? The only security guard who saw the shooter didn't go to the news. He went to Ellen, not CNN, not the police, Ellen. And instead of a heartfelt moment, Ellen was out there with a Buick antenna, breaking it down like it was a halftime play-by-play. I mean, why is a comedian the one doing crime scene analysis? Who let her turn Ellen into CSI Daytime Edition?
Stephen Paddock. And do not ask me for sources. But Stephen Paddock.
Who's that?
He was the guy that shot up the Vegas concert. That was a very tragic thing. Listen to this. The only guy that saw Stephen Paddock alive, his name is Jesus Campos. He was a guard at Mandalay Bay. He got interviewed nowhere else. You know where he got interviewed in the beginning? Ellen.
Really?
Weird. And then they went on, if you could find that clip, they went on with a weird like diagram of how it happened, and Ellen's like showing the people how it happened. Not like an emotional, like, how are you feeling? How are you holding up? It was a weird diagram of like, and then he went to the left and to the right. It was very strange to, look, what the hell's going on? This is a daytime show.
Which is the Paddock guy? And there's two guys there?
The chubbier guy is the Jesus guy. And now Ellen is doing a thing of how the shooting happened.
Look how she's got like an antenna from someone's Buick that she's popped off and she's using it as a pointer.
But why the hell is this happening on like a daytime show where this is weird.
Where'd she get that pointer?
I don't know. She stole it off an intern's car.
Why wouldn't you just use your finger? Like if that was you, if it was your show, the
Yeah,
Tim Dillon show,
yeah.
wouldn't you just point?
Yeah,
All-
yeah.
This is also a giant screen behind her, so they could have just put it on that screen.
So, but
Oh,
she's
the green
using
screen.
this thing. I find it very strange. I don't know why.
Wait a minute, those aren't real palm trees?
No.
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
not
video.
real-
That's a L-
I know that street though. I know that block in Beverly Hills that she used.
How weird is that?
I don't know why they're doing this on a daytime talk show.
Let's keep it running. Look at it. She's dressed like Colonel Sanders. Not Colonel Sanders. She's dressed like Sergeant Pepper.
This guy
That's what
looks
I
like a
meant to
member
say.
of her staff.
What kind of outfit is she wearing?
I don't know. She wears those weird like militant lesbian
Yeah, that should tell you
uniform.
something.
Yeah,
Like that's an odd look with all those buttons. Like why do you have so many wrist buttons?
it was given to her in Langley.
The only reason why you have that many wrist buttons if you're looking to clothesline somebody.
And let's talk about her fashion choices for a second. Rogan points out how Ellen is always dressed like she's about to lead a tactical raid on her own staff. The high-buttoned jackets, the militant boots. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if her Be Kind motto was actually code for obey or else. The woman dresses like she's been briefed at the Pentagon before each episode.
Yeah,
Leave a
look at
mark
her.
on
Look
the
at her.
neck.
Everyone says she looks so friendly. She looks friendly.
Yeah, she does look very military.
Yeah, she's a militant woman.
With a very expensive watch.
She
too.
dealt with a lot of discrimination when she came out. It was very sad, but then she joined the CIA.
Her house got broken into while she was at home.
Really?
Yeah. She got a dope place in Montecito.
And so, and they broke in while she was there.
Yeah.
And those people are still being tortured to this day.
Probably.
They're still in an underground jail.
Yeah, she's feeding them to her staff.
She's like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. She goes, you did good.
Is that the guy, the survivor?
He's the guy who met Paddock.
She's holding on to him. It's odd.
Yeah.
She's allowed to do that because she's a woman, but if that was a man holding onto a woman's arm that long,
It'd be rape.
it'd be a real problem.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So weird, man.
The truth about Ellen DeGeneres has been buried for too long, but now it's out in the open. The image, the reputation, the carefully crafted persona, it all starts to look different when the real story comes to light. But what do you think? Is this the final nail in the coffin for Ellen's legacy? Or is there more to the story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on more shocking revelations like this, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.